Good evening, Milwaukee. You're tuned into WMSE. Just around the 6 o'clock hour, it's time for Local Live. My name is Erin, one half of the hosts of Local Live on WMSE. Cal had to dip out today, so we'll see him next week and hear him next week. Hope everything's good in his land tonight. Hope everything's good wherever you are. Tonight, our guest is Cullah and the Comrades. And the band from Milwaukee has an official record coming out. Cullah's Spectacular is coming out on April 27th, which is Cullah's birthday. And he does this every year, apparently, releasing a new album on his birthday. And tonight, the full band is Ian Cullah McCullough on lead vocals, Patrick Mullen on backup vocals and electric guitar, John Julka on bass guitar, Glenn McCormick on keyboard, and Keenan McAuliffe on drums. And the band is officially releasing their record on the 27th, but they have a show coming up on May 4th. They're doing Here Presents show, Cullah and the Comrades of the Thrift Tones and Clear Pioneer at the Cactus Club. And also, we're kind of doing a little drum roll. It is time to talk about Chill on the Hill 2019, and Cullah and the Comrades are going to be part of the official Chill on the Hill lineup. I know Patty and Ted from Chill on the Hill, Bayview Neighborhood Association, are going to be on Sid's show tomorrow afternoon to talk about the full lineup, but, just got to disclose that Cullah is going to be playing in July, and we'll leave it at that for right now. First, let's thank those who make Local Live possible each and every week. We'll be right back with music from Cullah and the Comrades. Don't go anywhere.
WMSE's Local Live is supported by Club Garibaldi. Located at 2501 South Superior Street in Bayview. Open 7 days a week, Club Garibaldi serves burgers, hot wings, and more, and features live music weekly. For more information and Club Garibaldi's live music events, visit clubgaribaldi.com.
And as always, thanks so much to Club Garibaldi's for supporting WMSE programming, namely Local Live. And without further ado, live from the Bob and Genie Friedman live performance studio, we bring you Cullah and the Comrades.
Everywhere I go, I stroll around and to the side. I never could hold on when I fall to the left or to the right. I never could hold on, no matter how hard I try. I stumble, I fumble, I humble. Maybe next week, maybe next month. Now I know I'm no Picasso, but I feel like a blue soul. A face twisted and my wrist sore from when I fell down a stairwell. Yeah, let's try to make a combo. A face first and the legs will follow. Crashing, bashing, lashing. Maybe next time after the next one. Every night until the morning. I wake up early and I start my groaning. My body's freezing as it starts snowing. The Midwest ain't the best for a night's rest. When you're falling on your face and you break your wild child trying to survive. But the winter, no, the winter ain't mild. You might say that you're pushing yourself down and you're the only man standing in your way. And then you'll probably say you're drinking yourself drown. Don't you know it's your body that will pay? Well, I can say that you're crazy and a liar too. But in the back of my mind, I know the truth. I've had it, fanatic. I'm basically an addict, pulling apart my heart. It's problematic, yeah. Say live or die, I could only say that'll try. Well, I could say life or death, but I know it'd be a waste of breath. Deep in my blood, bleeding out through love. All of my problems slash into a flood. One more bartender, one more please. I got a whole lot of pain to drink out of me. This song's called B9 to Thrive, and we are Cullah and the Comrades in your radio. Where you run, where you hide, don't matter much, you're down on your luck. What you smoke, what you drink, don't matter much, you don't wanna think. Now listen to me, brother man, I'll tell it to you can understand. We got a whole lot of more discovering. Don't act like you don't also know in the universe. You can't flow from the verse to the next verse. You're a manifest of the effect of a cause. You're not a man, but you're perception that is clear, or perhaps it is something that you fear. All right, this next song is called Comfort to You, and we are Cullah and the Comrades. Hit it, Pat. Comfort to you has got nothing to do with where you are, or where you've been, or where you're going. Comfort to you has got something to do with who you are, and high of love, and high of pain, and high of sorrow, and high of sorrow. All you know is who you are. So walk on down that avenue to desolate and dangerous to where comfort cries in captured calm. Chaos beyond its fear. makes no difference with or without it, you know. You're gonna be gonna be fine either way. Comfort to you, goes right through you and travels away. Why won't it stay? It travels away from your love to your pain, where it remains until you know you're live on 91.7 FM WMSE.
You are tuned into WMSE's Local Live, and for our guest tonight, we have Cullah and the Comrades. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Feel great.
Okay.
Invigorated.
Excellent. That was like the nicest, like long 3-song set we've had in a while. Most start like 5, 6 songs in the first set, so you like to jam on your songs.
Yeah, well, when I got the Comrades, you got to play to your strengths.
Yeah, that's great. Do you guys want to all go around, pop in on the mic and just say your name and what you play real quick?
You got it.
This is Patrick. I play guitar.
This is Glenn, and I play keys.
John, and I play bass.
And I'm Keenan, and I play the drums.
And I'm Ian or Cullah, and I sing and sometimes play guitar or other things. Yeah, try to dance.
Tambourine.
Tambourine is my most significant instrument.
Okay. Excellent.
Indeed.
I'm going to dig way back into your history, talking about your parents, since they're part of your bio. I'm just curious, you're the self-proclaimed son of an Austrian gypsy poet and an Irish codebreaker. So how on earth do two people like that meet?
Well, my mom dropped her books, and my dad came and said, "Hey, would you like some help with your books?" That's what they say.
Okay.
No, they met at Marquette.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and there's just two people came together, and they're like, we have similar backgrounds, similar interests, and similar, their value systems are similar, but even though they come from kind of different side of the brain, complementary.
Yeah.
In some ways.
Totally.
Sometimes it's a clash.
Yeah, sometimes opposites attract, right?
Yeah.
So when you're growing up, how did your parents inspire you particularly to become a musician? I mean, they probably didn't directly say, "Hey, you should do this music thing." How did it come to be that you were interested in music at all?
Well, my mom was a professional musician for many years. She was part of the Wolf family band. She's one of 17 children, hence the gypsy part. And she was in a band for her entire childhood, and even till when I was in the womb, I was prenatal jamming, playing the umbilical cord.
All right.
But
that is some skill, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pluck it. But my dad coming from the computer science background, he taught me how to use computers and how to navigate the digital world. He gave me the tools to be able to be curious about it, and he taught me a little bit about programming and networking and hardware, basic stuff, just to stimulate my curiosity, and allowed me to be able to put the two together to be able to start composing music at an early age using a computer.
That's really cool. Awesome. Good job, parents.
Yeah, they're good ones.
Okay. So growing up, what was your first favorite genre? Was it the kind that your parents introduced you to, or was it something, that you found on your own accord?
Probably the first thing I can remember, like singing along to, is probably Disney movies,
Yeah.
And then a little bit of Queen. My dad showed me some Queen and Beatles. But then in middle school, prime angst time, definitely not ashamed to admit I listened to a bunch of Linkin Park and Nickelback. That was definitely, but it was a few years. But then I discovered the White Stripes, and that changed everything.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right, man. I mean, okay, so reeling back, what was your favorite Disney song to sing along with?
Oh, man. Cinderella is a classic one, when they're dancing together, where it's like, "So this is love," and then that violin where it's like,
It's a classic.
Yeah, that was a great one. Mm-hmm. Robin Hood, though, has the best soundtrack.
Okay.
The Robin Hood theme, the whole thing. the Oodalali, Oodalali.
Nice.
So yeah, those ones are great.
Okay. I think all of us, each and every one of us, have a favorite one, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So, you are a multi-instrumentalist, tambourine, guitar. Are there any
Umbilical cord.
instruments that you have not yet picked up that you want to in the future and learn that you've kind of had your eye on?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's definitely one I'm picking up now is the violin, although I guess in the little promo that I was playing before, I guess that was technically me playing it, but I didn't know how to do it. That was like take 50.
Okay.
And it's just like, finally, but I'm back actually practicing it now. And since, it's nice to actually put in some hours and start seeing progress. But one that I don't know, my mother, speaking of going back, she plays the clarinet, and she's going to be on my next record that's just coming out on Saturday. But I thought it was amazing that she could play saxophone and clarinet. I grew up playing saxophone, and then I picked up her clarinet for just a moment, and I was like, And then I was able to be like, I was like, what? How can I just play this? She goes, oh, they're the same fingerings and like almost the same armature. And I was like, oh, this isn't. So that would be an easy one, I think, not easy, but to pick up. I'm a multi-instrumentalist, but I can just play the things like okay. Like I can play them all just okay, and I'm not an expert at any of them.
But if you devoted any time, you could do it.
Yeah, with anyone. I think anyone would.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, thinking about how you can't play it all, obviously. You've got your band here. How did you come to form the Comrades? Or, how long were you playing solo or creating solo before you picked up your band?
I wasn't really performing too much solo. I was doing like open mics at Linneman's and Bremen by myself with the guitar. We're not performing much. I performed like a handful of times. The first time I performed was at the Rave before RJD2, which is a cool. That was a cool experience.
How does that happen?
It was it was a pay for play thing, like back in high school, and the opener to the opener. I was the opener to the opener to the opener, but then the opener to the opener didn't show up, so then I became the opener to the opener, and the first show I ever played was on the Rave main stage, which was crazy. But I never really performed. We've been playing 2 years now? Yeah, just about 2 years. But I never really, so like I kind of jumped into it with a band right away. It's like I did play some solo stuff, and but it's nice to in a bar scene that with music, a full band helps keep people's attention.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It can get a little noisy and conversational.
Yeah, and just the fact that I'm able to collaborate, and that's one thing that wasn't my strong suit, was like not being able to like know how to communicate. So these guys have been really patient. Like
That's good.
helping me figure out.
Yeah, you gotta have patient bandmates when you're writing music together, for sure. Okay, so what is the biggest thing that's changed in your approach to making music since you first started? That Cal Roach, my co-host, couldn't be here tonight. He wanted to throw some questions in there. So he wants to know, has your process changed at all? Are you kind of approaching things the same way?
Well, I've been making music since I have recordings since 2003. And everything changes. That's a good question. It doesn't change too much, to be honest. I've always been pretty reactive. So I come in and just with whatever instruments I'm working with, those are the new constraints. I always try to find new constraints that I can put on myself. Like, okay, I'm just going to use these instruments, or I'm just going to use these certain plugins or these certain things to lock me into something that allows me to be just creative enough, but out of necessity.
Okay.
So it's constantly kind of in flux, but the approach is very similar. It's always just reactive. Like make a noise. That's a cool noise. Okay, let's expand. Now there's 2 cool noises. Now there's 3. Keep going until there's a whole song of cool noises.
Yeah. Layering.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how long have you been doing this thing where you've been releasing an album on your birthday? I think I read it was 2006.
Yeah.
Right?
So this will be 13, I believe.
Wow. So what was the inspiration by, giving you this challenge of doing an annual project?
Well, I just had too many songs all the time. But the original reason I released it on my birthday was because it was more of like a marketing thing. Back before MySpace and Facebook, people would just know it was your birthday, right? And they'd just come to you and be like, hey, happy birthday, man. And so then I'd have their attention, and I'd be like, oh, here's this, my mixtape. And I didn't intentionally like have, at least at the time, have some like, oh, this is my birthday. Now it's become something more reverent. Like it's like, oh, I'm going to create on my date of creation. And it's this whole, there's many different layers of it, but it's just kind of a, the challenge was always there. I didn't really feel like it was a challenge to make that much music for it was constantly creating. So it was almost like, what do I do with all this music? So it was like, how do I turn this in? It just happened to be every year I had plenty of music, and then now it's kind of the ball's rolling, and now now it's beyond me. I feel like I don't know. We're going to just keep doing it.
All right. There hasn't been any difficult year, any angsty year where you're like, age 21, man, I just couldn't get it together.
Well, in 2011, there was hardware. My hard drive was impaled by my recording interface. It was tragic. But the next year I released like a double thing to like try to make up for it. But there's never been a year where I've never had music. One year was an EP in 2016, which is a little less. I just didn't have as much time. I was pretty busy that year, I've every year I've been able to do it. And it's just getting kind of crazier every year.
That's great. Not every artist can do that. Sometimes it takes years before people put things out. In between, I think once you get on a roll, maybe it's possibly easier. Don't stop.
If you can't stop, there's no potential to have any block.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about your upcoming album, which is it crowdfunded or?
Yeah.
Apparently it was funded by people all over the world. Do you try to connect with every person who's funded your album, or if there's people, obviously you don't know everyone, do you like make it a point to reach out to people just to like say thank you or
100%.
get to know them?
Especially, I mean, they're the ones making it that are making it happen. Mm-hmm. But depending on the crowdsourcing wasn't just please help me fund it. It was also like, well, if you fund it, you get things in return. Like I'll be able to use those resources to be able to, get some physical goods or some digital goods or, for example, there's a bunch of people that were giving a certain amount that now are associate producers. So on the vinyl and cassette and CDs, their names are on it because they're the ones that made it happen. And I have everyone's email and stuff, and or every time someone gives, I would thank them all across social media, or if I knew them personally, I would reach out to them personally.
So what's the farthest corner of the world that's helped make this album?
Some guy in Slovakia just gave about a week or two ago. It's been mostly Western Europe, but that's the furthest one. There's been, I think there was someone in Japan that gave a small amount.
That's really cool.
But it's mostly Western Europe, Canada, Australia, and America. The United States was about 75% of it all.
Well, hopefully this will spur like a tour.
Yeah, no, that's exactly.
People will be like, come play a European tour.
Please come for tickets.
Yeah.
Well, after these local live recordings, we'll be able to have a nice press kit to send it out to all the booking agents in Europe.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of live things, you did something live with Facebook with your record. Can you remind me, what did you do those?
I did a live stream, like listening party on YouTube it was a private event for all the backers. So that's all the people who helped fundraise it. They got to listen to the album a week early.
That's exciting.
And Pat was there, and it was nice. Like a bunch of people from the Netherlands and Colombia and all across America and stuff. It was good to like hear people's feedback right away, and just kind of it was nice to connect with all those people, all the people that are making it happen. It's just like that's honestly the only, not the only, but it's such a strong motivator for me to continue to make music, is just the fact that people are that they feel like they want to connect with it, or they tell me that they connect with it and stuff, and that's just such a huge and powerful motivator.
Yeah. I guess one of the things your music is known for is its positivity, which is apparent from our conversation here. You seem like a very positive person. Are there any artists out there, past or present, that you look to for inspiration in terms of attitude or outlook?
Oh yeah, definitely funk. like 70s soul, funk, all that, all about, you know, the Love Train, you know, that those songs I would listen to all the time growing up, and feel like it shaped a philosophy and a moral, like moral compass even. I mean, and the groove is out of control. So it, you know, they have to be telling the truth with a groove like that, you know. So it seems like it feels right, and it's helped me by listening to that music and put me, I feel like, in a right headspace a lot of times. You know, it's really good to be cathartic with sad and angry music for sure, but that, and obviously I think goes without saying with a lot of people, Bob Marley and, you know, Peter Tosh and stuff, all those very spiritual, but super positive, and, you know, yeah, I'd say those are the two things I can think of off the top of my head that are very big. That might have been actually the first music I listened to. My mom would blast Bob Marley when I was very little.
Okay.
Very little. She just blasted and we'd all dance.
That's awesome. Well, it comes through in your music. You know, speaking of positivity and having a good attitude, you know, I feel like in Milwaukee there's like a wave of positivity and pretty good attitudes, you know, people coming together. What is your favorite thing about, you know, being musicians or making music in Milwaukee and being involved in this scene?
I don't know.
I'll speak to that.
Yeah.
Get up there.
Yeah, no, I think it's just a really kind of shared experience, whether you're listening or playing music. I think, you know, just being out there and either being in the crowd and experiencing someone else, like demonstrating their gift or just demonstrating their emotions and passions with you, and you get to share that. It's the same feeling for me, at least, when I'm on the stage, just trying to perform and show how much I care about the music and just care about having fun and having a good time and letting people kind of share that experience. That's, for me, what I most appreciate about being a musician and just being in this city for sure.
That's a great community for music.
It is. A lot of great players in the area, too. Some outstanding players.
Yeah, I would only add that, you know, it's got great venues, too, not only for local bands and bands that are kind of passing through, but the Pabst Theater Group, all those places that Summerfest that bring in top talent bands and stuff, really give people here the opportunity to see music at its best. And I think that really trickles down, if you will, throughout the community.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting to, you know, be a band and be releasing something new into an environment like that, and then you get really excited to share it and plan tours and such, and everything just feels a little bit more like it's got some oomph behind it, right?
Definitely.
So I want to talk for a real brief amount of time. Like, you've got your release show coming out. We'll talk a little bit more about where to find the new record and all that, but I want to make mention too, you know, Chill on the Hill is going to officially be announced tomorrow. Just wanted to share that you guys will be part of the lineup, really? Just as a little aside. And then that will be in July. And then also, let's see, what else? You said you were going on a tour real soon.
Yeah, we're going on a little May weekend skints. We got, before the release show here in Milwaukee on the 4th of May at Cactus Club, we'll be in Madison at Bose Meadery or Boss Meadery? Bose or Boss Meadery on the 3rd, and then we'll be in Minneapolis on the 11th, Chicago on the 10th, and Appleton on June 1st, and we'll be in California Pat and I will be in California playing at a festival and brewery out by in the Palm Springs general area, Joshua Tree and stuff. So it's the first little like tour we're doing. I don't think we've ever played in any of these cities. So, as the Cullah and the Comrades. So it's all pretty new for us, and very excited so far. It seems like I've gotten some good feedback from people. Awesome. About it. So yeah, definitely looking forward to all that.
Well, cool. You're on the brink of adventure.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Well, let's get you back out there for your second set. You guys are going to go into 2 songs. Tell me a little bit about the 2 songs we're going to hear next.
Well, Moon Love Funk is on my last record called Colossus. And it's a funky tune. It's kind of endearing, kind of. It's supposed to be a little seductive, kind of.
It's quite spacey.
It's a little spacey, yeah.
Upbeat though.
Upbeat.
It drives.
Gets the foot tapping.
It's got some craters, and it's made of cheese.
Yeah, I say here we're gonna get the foot
It's the fingers popping.
Fingers popping.
Okay.
And
Pants in your pants.
but then the last tune is called "I Don't Mind It," and that's the tune from that I already released out, single from Spectacular, my next record, and that one is kind of a it's a spooky, seductive song.
Okay. And that's the lead single.
That is, yes.
All right, cool. Okay, we're going to hear those two songs in just a moment. Cullah and the Comrades are going to go back out in the studio. We'll be right back with more from them. Don't go anywhere.
Please go to WMSE.org.
All right, you are tuned into WMSE 91.7 FM. We are in the midst of Local Live. Our guest tonight is Cullah and the Comrades. We're going to get into the second set here on WMSE. Live from the Bob and Genie Friedman Live Performance Studio. Once again, Cullah and the Comrades.
Full moon.
That's nice.
How you gonna try to be someone when no people can see you? How you gonna try to open those doors when you don't use the handle? No, you can't walk till you're moving, you're in control. Ride the groove, be in touch with the vibrations. Oh, yeah, ride those vibrations. Who should we listen to? How can we know it's true? Where is the power in my head? I'm not really seeing clearly. Oh dear, I go real weak. But I ain't stopping, but I ain't stopping, but I ain't stopping anytime, so hear me. Oh, I feel the love inside. Oh, it's like a rising tide. Oh, I feel the love from you. I'm like a man. give me grounds for some passion. Yeah, yeah, move your body and enhance love. Yeah, yeah, keep it moving for relation. Yeah, yeah, give me kisses and some hugs too. Yeah, yeah, hug all day if I have to. Yeah, 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 yeah. I feel the love inside. Oh, it's like a rising tide. then how will you be? And if you can't dream it, then how will you be? So you better be if you won't believe it. 'Cause it ain't you dreaming, then it's gonna be me. I can bite you on your arm, taste delicious, like a flush red apple skin. I know you don't mean harm, just seem suspicious, but your smile is quite enchanting. A thread of your hair, sewn in your needle stare, and a rhinestone glare away. A fiery love, taken full control, swallow deep whole. Stop. Look, are you hip to the sound? Are your hips turning round? Is your lost soul found? I can find it, I don't mind it. I'll be kind, give it slack before I wind it. But I don't mind it. Well, I don't mind it. Well, I don't mind it. Well, I don't mind it. I know I'm not the only one who feels this way, to have his heart beat slowly. I just wanna have some fun, so fun, feel a bit less lonely. I don't mind it. He doesn't mind it. Well, I don't mind it. He doesn't mind it. I don't mind it. He doesn't mind it. I don't mind it. He doesn't mind it. He doesn't mind it. That you might be sounding, I just feel my face warming and my heart start pounding, pounding for your love. I don't mind it. He doesn't mind it. I don't mind it. He doesn't mind it. I don't mind it. He doesn't mind it. Well, I don't mind it.
This is Joe Wong, host of The Trap Set.
All right, welcome back to Local Live. In time for This Is Your Song. And Cullah picked something that maybe you wouldn't have guessed he would have picked. Cullah, do you want to tell us your pick for what inspires you and your music? And I mean, I think it's a great record, but I never would have guessed you would have picked this.
It just kind of came about. Like I was listening to my Google Play shuffle on I can't remember it, but I've just been diving into all these beautiful female folk singers from all over the world and all across decades, and this popped up, and Haley Hendricks, and it just was blown away by her arrangements and her voice, and totally taken aback. Like just one of those things where those melodies just stick with you every day. You know, like you just start singing it all the time, and so I feel like it was a. And I just had gone to see her perform in Madison just recently, and saw it live. So it's kind of solidified that in my head, and it was exactly how I was expecting it. I was expecting her to have like a band and stuff, or something, but she just played it solo with the. Well, there was a harpist with a little Moog synth, which was really cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was very impressive.
You don't see harps too often.
No.
All right.
But yeah, the soft folk music is something that just like, it really hits me deep. I don't know. Maybe it's because my dad listened to a lot of Joan Baez or something.
Probably.
That's probably why.
That's amazing. Okay, well, let's take a listen to the song. It's called No Face from Haley Hendrix. Cullah's pick for This Is Your Song.
Kicked out the moss, well, a few. Face me entirely. Tell me what's wrong here. Is it the bridge of my nose or the backs of my skin? Is it the pole of my hips that you couldn't let in? Is it the bridge between worlds that makes you feel alone? Well, I wish that I had known you're alone. Well, I wish that I had known. Is it the bridge in my hair or the back of my skin? Is it the weight of the room that you couldn't hold in? Is it the bridge between worlds that makes you feel alone? Well, I wish that I had.
Events, visit clubgaribaldi.com.
And thanks again to Club Garibaldi's, as always, for making Local Live possible. And we just heard music from Haley Hendrix. That was No Face from I Need to Start a Garden, which came out in 2018 on Mama Bird Records. And Cullah and the Comrades, thanks so much for coming in tonight and playing music.
Thanks for having us. This is great.
Yeah, it sounded awesome. And the official release of the record, again, is April 27th, your birthday.
That's right.
And you want to talk a little bit about your show for it, and then also where people can find the record on the 27th.
Yes. On April 27th, you'll only be able to find it at cullah.com. That's CULLAH.com. But then the next day, then it'll be on all the streaming platforms. So I'm trying to make everyone go there.
Okay.
For just that day.
Real cool.
And it's for free. And so you can get it. You can download the MP3s. You can just get it, put it in your library. And if you want to wait to put it on your Spotify and stuff, just one day later. And then we got the show, May 4th at Cactus Club with Thrift Tones and Clear Pioneer.
Yeah.
With Here Presents. Mm-hmm. Shout out to them.
Okay.
Because they're helping a lot of things out with Milwaukee. We were talking about earlier about good people in Milwaukee doing good things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also got a Here video dropping in a couple days, right?
Yeah, it should be coming.
Isn't it tomorrow?
That's what I've been told.
That's what they posted on Facebook.
Oh, they did? Okay, good.
Right.
Well, then it's official.
Coming out tomorrow.
I was like, should I be saying something right now? I was like, yeah. Yeah, we got a nice video coming out tomorrow.
Cool.
Just in time for the release.
Yeah, we're excited.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Those videos always turn out really beautifully, so be
Absolutely.
on the lookout,
the crowds
Milwaukee.
that show up are so great to play for. And just that sense of community again. Here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Totally.
No doubt.
Yeah. All right. Well, very cool. Congratulations on the record. It seems like you're gaining steam as far as like notoriety in the Milwaukee scene. People are talking about your albums a little more since like you started doing this project in 2006. So that's awesome. And happy early birthday. And enjoy the release of the Here Here Presents video tomorrow. Look for it, Milwaukee.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
This
thanks
was a
Milwaukee
blast.
and everybody else around the world for listening. Appreciate it.
May 4th Cactus Club.
We love you all.
Thanks, guys. And I just want to thank everyone for tuning in to tonight's edition of Local Live on WMSE. Local Live is a production of WMSE Radio, recorded and broadcast live from the Bob and Genie Friedman Live Performance Studio. And on the downtown campus of the Milwaukee School of Engineering. And Local Live is produced by myself and Cal, and engineered by Billy Cicerelli, all video by Moleskin Productions. Look for that on our YouTube channel. Hospitality tonight for Local Live artists provided by Cedar Teeth Pizza, who can be found online at cedarteeth.com. Anodyne Coffee, who can be found online at anodynecoffee.com. And by Sprecher Brewing Company, more info at spreckerbrewery.com. For upcoming guests and archives of past Local Live performances, visit WMSE.org. And as always, tune in again next Tuesday at 6. We have Dirty Dancing coming in. They've got a new record coming out, so you don't want to miss that. Thanks again for everyone tuning in. We'll catch you next week. Midnight Radio is up next.